I don't think so. Hopefully it moves along pretty good.
How are you? I did that for you.
I had to print up my budget meeting. No.
That was from me. What it has is monthly reports should be getting from the treasurer, whether or not you guys are gonna like it. I'm just gonna bring them up. Let you guys know.
Well, I think that we had that come up in budget or personnel. Tanya brought it up. That person, is that the one where the person got the permit and found out in Marion County? That could grass was kind of sound annoying.
I think that's fire. I bet for sure they did.
Yeah. He talked about that in the budget. The judge did. This way you can leave Susan pretty much.
Oh.
I think that's.
Where you head? We can start.
Yeah, I hope it's too.
Y'all will, Miss Claudia?
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we come with thanksgiving for this beautiful day that you have given us. We also thank you for this opportunity to meet and discuss the county's business. Grant us wisdom and knowledge and open our heads so that we can do the business that is put before us. It's in your Son, our Savior's name, that we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Appreciate everybody being here. We'll just get kicked off right here. We'll start off with the minutes.
Motion to receive.
Got a motion, got a second, all in favor? Any opposed? So let it stand. Treasurer's report.
Okay, today in county general, we got $1,076,007.13. County road, $1,150,631.79. Total funds under my responsibility, $8,697,655.49. We've not received anything out of yet. Sales tax this month was $132,419.73. Up from prior year's same month, $19,208.11. For the year in sales tax revenue, $115,285.09. Jail bond sales tax was $97,410.40.
Any questions?
Motion.
You got a motion?
Second.
You got a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Collector's report. I think we had the collector's report.
Okay. Last month, we collected $1,257,069.81. Did we get that report done?
No, we need the assessor's report next probably. I didn't get that report. Tanya, I missed you
I
there.
didn't have any totals when she had.
All right. Hey, were you good? Go ahead.
$11,011.76 for delinquents.
I'm sorry, would you repeat that?
Which one?
All of it.
Okay. I collected $1,257,069.81 for the month of September. And the delinquents were $11,011.76. didn't get it in your packet because I didn't have the totals when she needed to send it out.
Got any questions?
Motion to receive.
You got a motion?
Second.
Got a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, Miss Tanya, I'm sorry, I skipped you.
Okay. I would say we don't have any businesses open or closed last month. And our building permits were down a lot. All I got.
Thanks. Any questions?
Motion to receive.
You got a motion?
Second.
Got a second? All in favor? Any
Aye.
opposed? OEM report?
Had a incident at Sherwood Forest where a camper was burned down and the Red Cross was needed to supply shelter and essentials for the guy that we got them on scene. Responded to a trash truck here at 14 and South and 235, reported maybe some hazardous material on it. There was no leakage from the truck, other than some transmission fluid. In fact, they turned the truck back over, they drove it on to, I guess, get it dumped. It was full. It was a Sosa County dump truck, trash truck. Didn't do any training. I've got the packet from Adam on what they're requiring. I have most of what they needed. There's some NIMS classes I need to take to get up to speed on their end. Then at the Chiefs meeting this month, last month, to let everybody know that I'm the new OEM, and if they needed anything, then call. Lakewood Fire reported that they have not received their Act 833 money since this year at all. I talked to, it's Lewis Elkhart is the new guy that's over that down there at Adam. He's actually going through and certifying each department. If they don't meet the certification, he's decertifying them. He's giving them an opportunity to get up the stuff up to speed in a short period of time. If they can't, they won't get any funding for this year.
Right.
Lakeway is going to receive first, second, and third quarter here in the next few days. They sent out the check already. Just been working on some addressing that was behind and some people coming in, trying to get up to speed with the addressing. And so, any questions?
I got one question. Are you saying that they, OEM, Adam was not certifying the 911 applications, the Act 833 applications?
The Act 833, we have to follow.
Yeah.
There's guidelines for each department. And he's actually, the new guy took over as a retired firefighter. So he's going through to see if they're meeting the training requirements, the personnel requirements, the meetings and everything. And that's why he's actually checking out to the fire academy and on-site training.
Any more questions?
Since you're new, could you introduce yourself? Because not all of us know who you are.
I'm Dwayne McCarron. I'm a transplant here for 31 years. I've been around in the community for a while, worked at the sheriff's office for about 10 years. So I'm familiar with the county in some aspects, and known the fire service for 30 years in Marion County.
Welcome aboard.
Motion?
Got a motion?
Second.
Got a second? All in favor? Any opposed? Appreciate it, Dwayne. 911 report.
For the month of September, we took in 961 calls. This is a big jump from what we've had previously, or at least since I've been hired on. Of course, it's summertime. We always expect a bigger jump, a lot of activity, tourism coming through, that sort of thing. 747 of those were 911 calls, 211 were landline or radio calls. I have designated the dispatcher that has had the most experience and that has the most certification as a field training officer to assist with the training the new people that we have brought on. That way she can sit with them the whole 12 hours and kind of go through all the daily operations as the calls come in, that sort of thing. So she's been a big help with that. We have hired 2 people since we had the big drop. That's been a big plus. We're still actively training one. The first one is pretty much been able to get assigned to a shift and cover that shift with somebody working side by side with her. And so that's worked out really well. We are starting to feel a little bit more comfortable now with the shortage and stuff so that we can kind of get a little bit of breathing room, have some backup taking calls, that sort of thing. Had a few minor issues with the radios, then had to reset at the Lee Mountain Tower. Doesn't seem to be anything major. We had a tech come out and check out the Motorola portion of it. He said it seems to be looking or operating okay, so we're not sure why it's tripping and we have to reset it, but we're dealing with it as it comes up. Any questions?
Motion to
You
receive.
got a motion? Got a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We'll let it stand. Grant report?
Probably 2 additional things that other than what I had sent out in my report. The clerk's office did receive notice that they did receive
I
the
got
grant
this year.
of $10,000. And the other thing is the American Rescue Funds. I had a webinar training today. Some of it had to do with using the census information, where that's to be found. And so some of that's probably going to fall into place when we start doing our reports.
The American Rescue Plan, we got everybody's hours, and next month we'll have an ordinance to try to compensate some of our employees for the work they've done. We'll try to have that done by next Quorum Court where y'all can look at it.
Motion to
You
receive.
got a motion? Got a second, all in favor? Any opposed? Law enforcement report?
For the month of September, we took 108 reports, made 73 arrests. 40 inmate bookings for the month, we had 47 males, 26 females, total of 73. Current jail count as of October 1st, we had 52 males, 9 females, 4 309s. Total count of 65. We have 31 DOC inmates, 27 males and 4 females, and then our 4 309 inmates. Sex offender registration updates, we had 7. Total number in the county is 76 currently. Collections from July was 8,985 circuit. Restitution from July was $2,055. District was 11,446. We had service hours for court bailiff was 35. Total transport services was 66 hours. We had 144 due warrants totaling $149,791.14. Our deputy activity report for the month and our metro. If you have any questions on that, I'd be more than happy to answer, along with the detention. On collecting on inmates, we Department of Corrections, we collected $33,668. City of Bull Shoals, 300. And this is the billings for the month. And City of Whipping, 1,650. Mike, you'd ask for a report on our new data.
Yes, sir.
On our collections. As of the month of September through the 1st and the 30th, we collected $11,995.70. As we collect payment, we add the names in, and we are currently on the deeds. Total from the time of September 1st when we started to the 11th of this month, we've collected $14,250.70.
Thank you.
Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna have the same questions I had last month.
Okay.
Have we received payment from Bull Shoals?
No.
Okay, how does that work? How do we get payment?
Is that, on what?
He's billed them
I'm
$300.
receiving payment for
Oh.
inmates, being held.
That is the sheriff's.
What's our report on that?
Other than me consulting with Chris, I don't know what the report would be.
The ordinance says that if Bull Shoals brings anybody for misdemeanor or violation of the city ordinance, then if they haven't paid for 30 days, we don't accept their prisoners.
That's right.
Well, I believe last month we had to do any payment, is that correct? So,
I'll send a letter to the mayor stating such, and, I'll wait on a response.
okay. And then the second question that I have is, I thought we had a part-time metro officer. How come his numbers are not, you have only one officer reported?
We've got one in the academy,
No,
and
yeah,
then Jim Hampton's our part-time.
right.
And just to be honest with you, I haven't had a chance to look at our reports this time to notice that.
So his,
And he actually, his last day of service was Saturday night.
But that would have
He
been
retired on
October.
Turkey Trot weekend.
that would have been October, and these are September,
Yes,
so you're
yes.
not including here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hey, hold it, Rick. You're out of turn. Mike was next in line.
What I would suggest in support to Claudia, a certified letter from you to the mayor, giving him a date and let him take a month off.
Yep. I'll get that
But
letter.
I think what I noticed when we were at some of the meetings with the paperwork, we noticed that in other counties, the sheriff is sending the past due to the criminals. To me, I think if you sent the same formatted letter versus one of your employees, the county sheriff has a lot more weight than one of your helpers. A letter from you would certainly be, or to go to jail.
Okay.
All right, Rick.
Yes, sir.
Nope.
One question, we had our last meeting last Tuesday, we discussed that two people with comp pay, we got that straightened out.
Between now and the end of the year, I'm hoping to get them some time off. It's pretty difficult when you're having to cover shift, you know.
I understand that. And it's over what we said.
That's just where we're at, being shorthanded. We've got to serve, we've got to take care of the inmates, and we've got to serve the public, so we'll do it with what manpower we have. Wish it could be different.
Brady.
Sheriff,
Yes, sir.
Regarding what Claudia, and I may be way wrong here, but it's $300, is that what Bull Shoals owe?
No, it's 600.
No, it's $16.50.
Oh, 16, I was thinking 300, I thought you said 300.
300, oh, I'm sorry, Bull Shoals is 300, City of Flippin, $16.50.
It's Bull Shows, it's $300 for the month of September. I have no idea how much they owe us previous to that.
And I was just, and I may be opening a big can of worms, but I wouldn't get too upset over $300. I just heard this morning Bull Shoals responded to a call in the county until the county deputy could get there and it was a wreck and, got the scene under control and whatever. You kind of got to weigh both sides of that a little bit. I know they owe us money, but they also scratch the county's back a little bit there also, so,
And I hope that's a relationship we can maintain.
probably.
Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Then why are we bothering sending the bill?
I'm gonna send a letter as.
Well, I'm really questioning Brady. Last year at this time, we had no money. So, we had to do everything.
But I
And
know
these
of, we've never
ordinances
been-
these ordinances were written a number of years ago.
And I don't think they've ever been sent, that I know of, the whole time I ever worked at the sheriff's office.
We're not gonna argue about this tonight. We'll carry on somewhere else, but, I don't mind talking about it, but we're not gonna argue about it tonight. We'll argue about it some other time. We'll argue at it. Personnel meeting will be the 28th. We will take it up to 28th.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion?
Motion.
Got a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Library report? Fire board? Yep, if y'all look at your report, Sherry has got, she can't talk right now, she's got a strip road or something So, I got a motion.
Second.
Got a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Roll report. Y'all can, look at that. If you got any questions, I'll try to answer them.
Motion.
Got a motion? Got a second? All in favor? Any opposed? Quorum report.
Motion.
Got a motion? Got a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Solid waste. Fire chief report.
Should have a report in your packet. Fire danger has been, we should say, low except for a few days last month. We had plenty of rain, we had 2 fires. See, most of the runs involved either MVAs or first responder calls. Do you have any questions?
You got a motion? All in favor?
Second.
Any opposed? Planning commission.
Nothing to be reported this time.
Boy, you been awful quiet, Mr. Hudson. Budget and personnel committee.
We've got the budget meeting minutes in the packet, and personnel will meet Tuesday, October the 26th. We're almost done with our budget committee meetings for the year. We have some Thursday night, next Tuesday night. So we're getting along.
Law enforcement committee.
We didn't have a meeting this month.
Solid waste. Procedures. Old business.
Ordinance 2183 was tabled last month. Being enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, this ordinance will amend Ordinance 21-4, budget and numbers of compensation for the calendar year 2021 for Marion County, Arkansas. Therefore, be it ordained by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, whereas the Quorum Court has decided to use the prosecutor's office as its legal counsel at no charge, the following change needs to be made in the budget for the Quorum Court. Other services and charges removed line item 1,107, 3,005, legal services, county attorney. Passed and approved by the Quorum Court of the, I'm sorry.
Second reading of this.
How about a motion?
You got a motion over here? Brady? Got a second? Anybody want to talk about this? Mr. James?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
is this going to affect the new budget for next year? Because we've currently appropriated money and you can't just remove a line item that's that money appropriated. It's just, I assume this is gonna be for next year's budget to remove that line item out of that budget. Am I correct? Because it didn't say that. It said for the calendar year for 2021. If we've had money already appropriated, you just can't remove that line item.
You got to leave the line item a couple of years, if I'm
Yeah.
not, if
Well,
I'm
you
not
gotta leave it
mistaken,
through that
you ain't
year.
got to have money in it.
Yeah, you can remove it next year, but this year you've got money expended, so you just can't drop it. I'm trying to figure this out when we do the budget at Thursday night's meeting. I'll make a recommendation. I can't, you got a motion. I was gonna amend the budget, amend the ordinance of 2022.
Anybody else got anything on this?
Justice Scrima?
No.
Justice Nichols?
Yes.
Justice Van Kuren?
No.
Justice White?
No.
Justice Underwood?
No.
Justice Madden?
No.
Justice Shipman?
No.
Justice Brigham?
No.
Sorry,
No.
thank you. And Justice McCullough?
No.
Motion failed.
review it.
I'm sorry.
All right, we're going to new business now. I've got a couple of things on new business, but that is not probably in the packet. It's in the packet, but it's not. We got a couple of court orders that we had to straighten up a couple of things in the packet. And we also, if anybody wants to look at them, they go to our webpage. We'll make you a copy of them. Also, Bull Shows has signed up on the 911. We'll be getting the contract. We're getting it modified for Bull Shows and Flipping. They will be paying 911 so much for us to dispatch for them. Bull Shows back on the regular dispatch schedule as of now. It got on there last month. Anybody got any questions on that? Also, we're gonna have a ordinance next month to redo the fire board. Right now, it's illegal to have a board like they've got and have 9 people on it. The board they've got's got to have 5, and we will have an ordinance correcting all that next month. So if the fire board wants to come and get involved in this, they can come get in it, but it'll be some changes to the fire board. Anybody else got any new business they want to talk about?
I can give an update on the Ozark Solid Mountain Waste
Let her bump.
refund. There's going to be a hearing in this courtroom covering Baxter, Marion, and Searcy counties with regard to, there's a plan to put in place and hire a company that will take care of all the refunds. The proposal is to pay the plaintiff's lawyers 1/3 of the amount, or basically $6 out of every 18 that was collected. The administration cost for this company that will send all the refunds is $1.50. So for the tax year for 2019, which is the money that the service clerk has, will be $10.50 if that plan is approved. The judge has, according to the order, he's given tentative approval for it. So if anyone has an objection, there'll be some notices in the newspaper. You can file them with the court. For the tax refunds for 2017 and 2018, that money, the trustee stood in this courtroom and said, Judge, we will not distribute that money to the bondholders. We will hold on to it pending orders of this court. The Pulaski County judge said, that's not binding on me. That money is in my court. So it's up in the air with regard to the 2017 and 2018 tax refunds.
Okay. Is that only in Pulaski County, or is that also Marion and Baxter, local counties?
Pulaski County is where the original lawsuit was filed,
Okay.
where the $18 fee was assessed.
Okay.
Now, for all sorts of legal reasons, I have all sorts of problems with the way Pulaski County was done, but Marion County or Baxter County has been hauled down into Pulaski County. I mean, the lawsuit itself was filed against the Solid Waste Board.
Yeah.
And certain members of the Solid Waste Board met with the attorney and said, yeah, you can screw the people in these counties.
When is that hearing, Chris?
December 3rd at 1:30 in this courtroom.
Thank you.
Anybody got any questions for Mr. Chris? All right, Ms. Dawes, continue on with this.
Excuse me, ordinance 2021-89, being enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance amending 2020, ordinance 21-4 budget and numbers and compensation to allow the Marion County Collector's Office to hire one full-time employee during the hiring freeze to replace one employee who is quitting, and to amend the numbers and compensation portion of said ordinance. Article 1, whereas there is a need for the Marion County Collector's Office to be allowed to hire during the current hiring freeze. Therefore, the Marion County Quorum Court allows the Marion County Collector's Office to hire one full-time employee paid out of the Collector's Automation Fund to replace one employee who is quitting as of October 29, 2021. The hiring freeze, Article 2, the hiring freeze for the positions of the County Collector's Office is lifted. Article 3, amend numbers and compensation as follows, as reads. Collector's Automation Fund, Deputy 1 full-time, $13, $27,040. As amended, Deputy 1 full-time, $12, $6,720 to year end. Article 4, this ordinance herein is acted as an appropriation ordinance and therefore is effective immediately.
Got a motion by Mr. Brady? Got a second? Anybody need anything on this one here?
I got a question. Looking at the amended amount, if the employee is leaving by October and you're looking at $1 an hour less, the labor wouldn't change at all, would it, for the year? Because you're wanting to, the way I understand, $6,720 for the end of the year, but you've already got that budgeted for that employee who's quitting.
But I had to redo it because they said it was too much.
Well, I understand that. We were talking about that at the meeting regarding the hourly wage.
Yeah.
But that employee's leaving, the current one. So with the 6,000 added on, it looks at $27,040 is the annual salary for the current employee.
I don't know if Dawn figured that for me or put it on there.
Do you see how I'm asking that question, Dawn?
Just to my
If-
ordinance.
If the $27,040 is the annual employee salary and they're leaving at the end of October,
Then you truly don't need Article 3.
that's right. Thank you. You don't need an increase because the new employee is going to be making $1 an hour less and the wage has been established for that position. So.
Ms. Claudia, go ahead.
It may just be the wording in the ordinance, but the hiring freeze for the positions in the county collector's office is lifted. I don't believe we agreed to lift the hiring freeze for positions. The budget committee agreed to lift it for this one position.
Right.
So I don't care for Article 2's wording.
Yeah.
It needs to be added on there.
Be amended.
Yeah, just for this position, yeah.
Anybody else?
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion that we amend that article so that it's clear.
Right.
I'll second that.
I got a motion, a second. Anybody need to talk about that?
We're gonna say just for the one position, how do we want to word that? Hiring freeze for the
Open position.
open position in the collector's office.
And then do you want to disregard Article 3?
Yeah, I don't think we need that because it's gonna be a wash with the salary. It's
Okay,
already been budgeted.
that can be taken care of. Okay, so let's vote on the amendment. Justice Nichols,
Yes.
Justice Van Kuren,
Yes.
Justice White,
Yes.
Justice Underwood,
Yes.
Justice Madden,
Yes.
Justice Shipman,
Yes.
Justice Brigham,
Yes.
Justice McCullough.
Yes.
Okay,
Mr. Chairman, I didn't vote.
I'm sorry, Justice Scrimmel.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm very tired. Okay, and now to vote on the motion to adopt
Yes, ma'am.
as amended.
Well, before we vote on it, I'd like to say, I don't want to lift the hiring freeze. I'm sorry, I've lost my voice. I don't want to lift the hiring freeze. I think it's a bad idea for the whole Quorum Court. I wasn't at the budget committee meeting. I don't want to lift it, so I'm against the motion. I just want to state that.
You're against the motion to adopt?
I'm just telling the Quorum Court with my discussion on this, that I think it's a bad idea and I don't support it. I wasn't at the budget committee to speak on it.
All right. So
Anybody else?
Justice Van Kuren?
No.
Justice White?
Yes.
Justice Underwood?
Yes.
Justice Madden?
Yes.
Justice Shipman?
Yes.
Justice Brigham?
No.
No. Justice McCullough?
Yes.
Justice Scrima?
Yes.
Justice Nichols?
Yes.
Motion passed. Ordinance 2190 be enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, and ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance amending the annual operating budget for ordinance 2124 for the calendar year 2021 for Marion County, Arkansas. Whereas there's a need to purchase new computers in the treasurer's office, the following is needed to allow for this purchase. Article 1, the comptroller is hereby authorized to make the following reappropriations: $3,000 from unappropriated money in the amount of $3,000 to fund 3,000 Treasurer's Automation Fund. 3,000 Treasurer's Automation Fund, 3,103, 2003 small equipment, $3,000 add Article 2. This ordinance is here enacted as an appropriation ordinance and therefore is effective immediately.
Motion?
You got a motion?
Second.
You got a second? Anybody need to talk about this one?
Clean.
Justice White?
Yes.
Justice Underwood?
Yes.
Justice Madden?
Yes.
Justice Shipman?
Yes.
Justice Brigham?
Yes.
Justice McCullough?
Yes.
Justice Scrima?
Yes.
Justice Nichols?
Yes.
Justice Van Kuren?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's a no-brainer.
Ordinance 2191, be it enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an appropriate ordinance to refund the development occupancy permit that was paid for September 10th, 2021, receipt number 28046. An ordinance to refund Benjamin Cloud who paid for a development occupancy permit in the amount of $200. It was later determined he is building in Bull Shoals. The money is owed to the city of Bull Shoals. Article 1, the county treasurer is hereby authorized to issue a refund check in the amount of $200, $1,000 county general fund, $2,000 subtract. This ordinance is hereby enacted as an appropriation ordinance and therefore is effective immediately.
Motion to receive.
You got a motion?
Second.
You got a second? Anybody need to talk about this one? Go ahead.
Tanya, I just find this sad that every month we're having to refund. Was this an error again from your employer?
Well, this was done a month ago, but it was done about the same time frame the other one, but we didn't have time to get it in the packet. So the same person did it twice within a
Have
week
we
or two.
tried retraining?
Pardon?
Have we tried some retraining to make sure this doesn't happen
Yes,
again?
we have, and we've spoken, and yes.
Okay.
The whole office is aware of it, and she's very aware of it, and she's been here for over 4 years, so I don't know.
We all have bad days, but this seems to be every month you
I
can
tried
have
to
it.
think that she just wasn't thinking, or I don't know, she got off track, whatever, but she's on track now. And,
We didn't pay for no inspection or nothing on this, did we?
pardon?
We didn't pay Bill to go out and inspect this, did we?
Oh, Bill, no, he's not been out
All
there. No,
My question though is, why is it going to the city of Bull Shoals?
He's in the city.
in the city limits.
Okay. Why is it still going to the city of Bull Shoals?
Why isn't it being refunded to him? Sorry, Judge.
What it is, the city of Bull Shoals has got their own city inspector, just like the city of Yellville. They get their own funds. That's their city inspector. We got a county inspector that does the county, and then we got city inspectors that do the cities.
But does the city of Bull Shoals charge $200?
I don't know what to charge.
And they charge a lot, the city's charging money.
But I think the point is, why isn't the refund being made out to, what's his name?
It's just a cost.
Versus to the city of Bull Shoals, and then let him pay Bull Shoals.
I have to check to the man that gave me.
I think
That's
that,
not what this.
But that's, yeah.
that's what the ordinance says here. It says it's been paid to Benjamin
In order to refund Benjamin
on,
to pay the development commit amount of $200.
yeah.
So it's,
All right, let's get back to order.
Justice Underwood,
Yes.
Justice Madden,
Yes.
Justice Shipman.
Yes.
Justice Brigham.
Yes.
Justice McCullough,
Yes.
Justice Scrimmon,
yes.
Justice Nichols.
Yes.
Justice Van Kuren,
Yes.
Justice White.
Yes.
Thank you. Ordinance 2021-92, being enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance to transfer money between categories in the election commission's budget, whereas a 2020 bill was paid out of the 2020 monies, creating a negative balance of $127.53. Therefore, 1,109, 3,003 computer repair, $127.53 subtract. 1,109, 2001 general office, 127.53 add. Article 2 of this ordinance herein is enacted is an appropriation ordinance and therefore is effective immediately.
Motion to receive.
I got a motion. Got a second. Anybody want to talk about this? I want to know how this gets to October, and we redone the budget in February to pay 2020 bills, or 29. Now here we are in October paying another bill for that. I mean, it's just out of control. I mean, we had the auditors come in and we look at it and we look at all of our bills that we pay out, and everybody said, we got to get these bills paid, and we all signed off on all paying all the bills. Now then we're still getting bills in for 2020.
But I can answer this question.
I'm waiting on it.
Okay. This due, after when I opened up my budget for the month of October, I saw this, and I went to investigate it. It was due to the payment on the credit card that came out of your office.
Yeah, my credit card's messed up, I promise you.
But anyway, so that's why it had, and the money was a 2020 bill, but it was paid out of 2021 funds. And I wasn't aware that bill was going to be paid. I mean, they had some problems. If you notice, I attached to this that shows where you had to send out the proof of purchases to get the receipts, apparently.
Yeah, they paired me up on receipts. I've got wrote up for about $10,000 worth of receipts, and we finally got down to some of them. Karen's been working on that for about 4 months now, getting receipts. That's like the credit card is locked up, and we had the ordinance where if we didn't get a receipt from now on, they'll have to pay for it, whoever uses it.
So that's where that.
Yeah, I'm good. I just want to know how it just keeps on. We paying money for a year back.
I know. Justice Madden,
Yes.
Justice Shipman,
Yes.
Justice Brigham, Justice McCullough,
Yes.
Justice Scrimmon,
Yes.
Justice Nichols.
Yes.
Justice Van Kuren,
Yes.
Justice White.
Yes.
Justice Underwood.
Yes.
Thank you. Ordinance 2193, excuse me. Being enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance that shall add an additional position of assistant comptroller under the direction of the county judge and amend the annual operating budget ordinance 21-4 for the calendar year 2021 for Marion County, Arkansas. Article 1, it is the duty of the county, of the assistant comptroller to provide assistance to the comptroller to make sure that the Marion County is in compliance with all state and local laws with regarding to the accounting functions, performing accounts payable functions, payroll and labor department, and any other regulations we are required by law to follow as a county government entity. Article 2, a job description is attached to this ordinance. Article 3, the comptroller is hereby authorized to appropriate $12,885 from unappropriated monies in 1,000 county general fund as follows. 1,100 county judge, 1,101 full-time, $6,720. 1,005 overtime, $3,400. 1,006 FICA, $775. 1,007 retirement, $1,555. 1,009 insurance, $335. 1,010 workers' comp, $100. Article 4, this ordinance herein is enacted as an appropriation ordinance and therefore is effective immediately.
Motion to adopt.
You got a motion? You got a second? Anybody want to talk about this one?
Justice Shipman,
Yes.
Justice Brigham,
Yes.
Justice McCullough,
Yes.
Justice Scrima,
Yes.
Justice Nichols,
Yes.
Justice Van Kuren,
Yes.
Justice White,
Yes.
Justice Underwood,
Yes.
Justice Madden.
Yes.
Thank you. Ordinance 2001-94 being enacted by the Quorum Court of the County of Marion, State of Arkansas, and appropriation ordinance to be entitled. An ordinance amending the annual operating budget for the calendar year 2021 for Marion County, Arkansas. Article 1, the comptroller is hereby authorized to make the following reappropriations: $5,000 unappropriated money in the amount of $5,000 from 3405 Metro Law Enforcement Funds as follows: 3405 $400, 1,005 overtime, $5,000 add. Article 2, this is an appropriation ordinance and therefore is effective immediately.
Motion to adopt.
You got a motion?
Second.
You got a second? Anybody need to talk about this one?
Thank you.
Ms. Joyce and Mr. Underwood. Anybody need to talk about this one?
Justice Brigham,
Yes.
Justice McCullough,
Yes.
Justice Scrima,
Yes.
Justice Nichols.
Yes.
Justice Van Kuren,
Yes.
Justice White.
Yes.
Justice Underwood,
Yes.
Justice Madden,
Yes.
Justice Shipman.
Yes.
Thank you. My pen just ran out.
Here, you can have mine, Mr. Don.
My favorites.
You want my smiley face as I leave?
I do. Thank you very much. Okay, ordinance 2195, being enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, Marion County, State of Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an emergency ordinance amending ordinance 21-4 identified as numbers and compensation of county employees. Whereas some of the job titles and specific articles and specific funds for the Marion County Sheriff's Department require amending in order to be in accordance with the actual budgeting for 2021. Article 2, therefore amending the following articles as noted, as reads: Jailer 12 full-time, amend to read Jailer 13 full-time. Article 3, emergency clause, this is hereby determined that this ordinance is essential for the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of Marion County. Therefore, an emergency is hereby declared to exist, and this ordinance being necessary to have the county's numbers and compensation records accurately reflect actual budgeting and to be effective immediately.
Motion to adopt.
You got a motion?
I second.
You got a second? Anybody need to talk about this one?
Justice McCullough,
Yes.
Justice Scrima,
Yes.
Justice Nichols.
Yes.
Justice Van Kuren,
Yes.
Justice White, Justice Underwood,
Yes.
Justice Madden,
Yes.
Justice Shipman,
Yes.
Justice Brigham.
Yes.
Thank you. Ordinance 2196, being enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance amending the annual operating budget and workers' compensation. Ordinance 2124 for the calendar year 2021 for Marion County, Arkansas. Whereas the Marion County Road Department is requesting funds from the County Road Fund 2000 for overpayment that was made in affidavit to MHC Kenworth Volvo in the amount of $1,276.07. Whereas there are sufficient funds available in the County Road Fund for said transfer, now therefore be it ordained by the Quorum Court of Marion County that Article 1, the Comptroller is hereby authorized to make the following new appropriations from unappropriated money in the following amounts and funds: $1,276.07 in 2000 County Road Fund as follows. From 2000 Road Fund, $1,276.07 subtract to 2023 Parts Repair Road, $1,276.07. Article 3, this ordinance is herein enacted as an appropriation ordinance and therefore is effective immediately.
Motion to adopt.
You have a motion? You have a second? Anybody need to talk about this one?
Justice Scrimmon,
Yes.
Justice Nichols.
Yes.
Justice Van Kuren,
Yes.
Justice White.
Yes.
Justice Underwood,
Yes.
Justice Madden,
Yes.
Justice Shipman,
Yes.
Justice Brigham. Justice McCullough.
Yes.
Ordinance 21-97 being enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance to amend ordinance 2018-4, the Marion County Personnel Policy, Article 1, amends Section 26 of employee compensation and fringe benefits and employee compensation regarding the use of electronic timekeeping system to read as follows. All county elected officials and department heads will utilize the electronic timekeeping system. If the electronic timekeeping system is inoperable, all county elected officials and department heads will maintain timesheets to be filled out by each non-exempt employee daily and submitted to the county controller bi-weekly per the payroll schedule. All timesheets shall be signed or electronically signed under oath by the non-exempt employees and signed or electronically signed by the elected official or department head. If an elected official or department head fails to provide the required and approved timesheets to the county comptroller, the county comptroller shall not issue subsequent paychecks. Electronic signatures within an electronic timekeeping system are allowed to replace physical timesheets. Article 2, all elected officials and county employees should be required to sign a receipt of the updated personnel policy with changes based on this ordinance. Article 3, emergency clause. This ordinance is needed to necessitate a safe workplace and environment for employees and citizens of Marion County. Therefore, an emergency is hereby declared, and this ordinance shall be in full force and effect upon passage.
Motion to adopt.
You got a motion?
Justice Nichols,
Yes.
Justice Van Kuren,
Yes.
Justice White,
Yes.
Justice Underwood,
Yes.
Justice Madden,
Yes.
Justice Shipman,
Yes.
Justice Brigham.
Yes.
Justice McCullough,
Yes.
Justice Scrimmon.
Yes.
Thank you. Ordinance 2021-98 being enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance amending the annual operating budget and workers' compensation, ordinance 21-4 for the calendar year 2021 for Marion County, Arkansas. Whereas in accordance with Act 329 of 1997 as amended 1421-202, which allows the county treasurer and/or comptroller to transfer directly into the payee's account in their financial institution payment of any claim against the county. County Court hereby establishes the following, and now therefore be it ordained by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, that Article 1, the electronic payment method to be established shall provide internal accounting controls and documentation in accordance with Arkansas law and requirements of the Arkansas State Auditor to maintain a proper audit trail. Article 2, all county employees hired after the effective date of the ordinance shall be required to establish automatic electronic transfer. Article 3, all current employees shall be given the opportunity to establish automatic electronic transfer to their financial institutions. This shall be facilitated by the employees within 30 days of the implementation of this ordinance. Article 4, emergency clause. This ordinance is needed to necessitate a safe workplace and environment for employees and citizens of Marion County. Therefore, an emergency is hereby declared, and this ordinance shall be in full force and effect upon passage.
Motion to adopt.
I've got a motion from Brady, a second
Question?
from Ms. Joyce.
Yeah.
The
what now?
ordinance refers to employees. What about elected officials, about,
We on salary.
so we can too or not?
No, we're not doing it.
Okay.
Anybody else want to talk about this? Are you talking about on the,
On the automatic deposit.
oh, anybody can do it. Anybody can do it.
But
It
it
don't
says
matter.
employees and we're not
Yeah.
really,
Yeah, I was on to something else.
okay,
I was thinking-
we're not employees, because I was gonna run to my.
No, any employee that's working now can do it or not do it. That is their choice. They've not got to do it and they will never have to do it.
I don't think we're considered employees, so are we?
Your elected officials.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I asked. It says employees.
But I think if you read the beginning of it, it talks about any entity that does business with the county.
Okay. As long as it's. well,
And you're an entity that does business with
I'm
the
an
county.
entity.
Yeah, anybody who wants direct deposit can get it.
Yeah.
And once it's gonna come
Okay.
on board, it's gonna have to get it. So that's what
Good
this,
to me.
that's what this is.
Okay, thank you.
Justice Van Kuren,
Yes.
Justice White.
Yes.
Justice Underwood.
Yeah.
Justice Madden,
Yes.
Justice Shipman,
Yeah.
Justice Brigham. Justice McCullough,
Yes.
Justice Scrima,
Yes.
Justice Nichols.
Yes.
Thank you.
I don't have any more. Anything else?
That's all I have.
All right, so we got the time clocks and we got the payroll deduct and all that. I've got one more thing. We moved payroll back from Tuesday to Friday and give a deadline, have it in on Monday at noon. If you can't get it in Monday at noon, you will not get paid that payday. It will be the next week. That's what it's gonna be. We got to have rules and regulations. Right now, we get them turned in a day late, 2 days late, and payroll goes in, stops on Friday. And Monday at noon, our people will be doing it, and we're not gonna shut down and bring in more timesheets. If you not got them in on the deadline, it'll be 2 weeks before you get paid. That's gonna be the bottom line.
Did you say 2 weeks would be the next pay period then?
If they don't get the time in like it's supposed to be, it'll be the next pay period before they get paid. They have 2 checks.
Mr. Chairman, if I understand what you're saying, you're setting a time frame. So when the timesheets are given to the payroll people, so they can process.
Yeah, we moved it back where it had more time, but we're not gaining anything because we're still getting timesheets at the end of the work
Yeah,
thing, and we're
okay,
having to go back and redo everything.
Okay, yeah, okay.
But we're gonna try to move it back one more time
Sure.
and have a 5-day window. You know, we're gonna do it a couple of days again, and that way we'll have 5 full days to do it, and it's still just a day and a half. Because if you make a mistake, which we do,
Oh, yeah.
it threw us plumb off, and it threw us way behind, and we had to go back and do everything again. So then the computer went down at 4:30, or right at 4:30, so, I mean, we was messed up. So, you know, we got to have extra time. We got to have extra time, or we're gonna be in a bind. Nobody's gonna get a check. Oh, go ahead.
Excuse me, my voice is gone. I would like to ask you to consider vetoing our decision on the collector's office. And I think that the Quorum Court, if you veto it, would have another chance to vote on it in a month.
Yeah.
I think that we should do some more calculating before we pass that. I think we did those offices for a reason. y'all agreed to put a hiring freeze on those officers for a reason. And I think that now that we're doing better, we're overlooking why we did that initially. And I'd like for you to consider that, and that would give the court a month to think about that, I believe.
I got 7 days to make my mind up.
But the budget committee went over that, didn't it?
We did.
I'm
And
gonna-
just because,
I'm gonna stay with the budget committee. If they made a decision to go through it, I'm gonna stand behind them.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
If this was creating a new position, I would be in 100% agreement with that, but it's not. It's filling a position that's becoming vacant, so I'm against that.
I just think it's super unfair. We cut several offices, an employee. When that employee left, we cut them. We're not doing that to her. It's the reason we were doing that is because we calculated at the beginning. I just want to double check it. And also, I don't want to, I just don't want to get too far separated. We were in trouble. We took action to get out of trouble. We start feeling better, and we're undoing actions that we took. I just want to make sure that we double check.
Go ahead.
I agree with Justice Talent. Don Moffett gave up someone, she's not here, Tanya gave up someone, you gave up someone when they quit. And that's the kind of things that have helped get us where we can breathe.
The sheriff gave up 15.
So I say everyone is hurt, except for the collectors.
I don't intend to hurt the collector. It's just that it was part of a bigger plan. We start pulling out before we do what we intended, and that puts off all our calculation.
Can I comment, Mr. Chairman? One of the things we're looking at is, we were asked when we had meetings with the sheriff, what's the accurate numbers in comps? No one knew. We've now put a report together using all of this year's data, who was hired, who wasn't. We're gonna make one more step. We're gonna take the existing salary and annualize it and then see if that matches the budget amount that's being budgeted. So it will help us make sure that the budget, because I saw something that there was money appropriated out of the 400 account, and in the budget report, there's no line item for the 400 account. So we're gonna now get a closer look at labor as far as the personnel services, that it matches the numbers in comps. Because no one seemed to know what the current numbers in comps were. We had it when we passed the budget, but there were, 10, 12, 14 ordinances that changed it. So it's gonna help that now we'll have and what I will recommend at the next budget meeting, we put it on the elected official that submits their budget, includes their employees, the number of employees, and the extended dollar amounts to us, and not us have to figure it out. If I start doing other people's work, then I want some of their money. Thank you, sir.
So what did you say when you said
Well,
all
what
that?
I said was that in the numbers and comps now, we'll have the gross by that department so we can look at the projected budget, make sure it's correct.
No, I was talking about, what does that have to do with what?
Well, he's talking about employees, and
Yeah.
I think what we just saw with the collector, they were gonna amend it to not $6,000 more, which would have now increased that, and it wasn't needed.
One more thing that is, Claudia and Mike and I, whenever we were looking into that budget and we got into issues, we called all around the state and we asked for what other counties were doing as far as how many employees that they had. Yeah, I think we should refresh our memory on how many employees other counties had in the collector's office versus how many we had. And also, I want to get back to you, Brady. The judge has the authority to veto. I just asked him to consider it. And I understand that you disagree with me, but and I appreciate that you felt welcome to let him know that. But I also disagree with you from time to time. Like earlier, when you suggested that we didn't enforce the law, I disagree with you. It's the law. Okay, the judge has a right to veto. I'm asking him to consider.
If we got an ordinance that's law and I want it enforced, I don't care if it's the city of Flippin, the city of Bull Shoals, or if it's 911, or if one of my employees do something that's against the personnel policy, I'm gonna hold them accountable for it. That's where I stand at. But right here is a complete list of everybody, if anybody wants it, of every county that's a class 2. I've got a list right there. I'll tell you how many police officers you need, just to name something, right here, the 911, Marion County, class 2, 16,000, the personnel, 8+ part-time. Then we come down here to Sharp County, 8+ part-time. Lawrence County, population 17,000, 8+ part-time. You go up here to Clay County, 4+ part-time. Every one of them is 8 or 7. But I look at every one of them, and I keep this in my book at all times. And you go here to the assessor. If you want to go to the assessor's account, you go to the assessor, it's 3+ her. Then you go to Madison County, it's 2+ part-time. Then Clay County, 4. Then you get to the tax collector, they got 5 in Clay County. Then you go down to Marion County, we got 4 in the assessors and 4 in the tax collector. You going down through there, it's 3, 3, 4, 4. Every one of them is 4 or 3. You know, Van Buren County, tax assessor, 7. Tax collector, 5, and a part-time. I got every one of them printed off. Anything you want to know, you know, it goes to the judges' offices and everything. Everybody pretty much on the same category. You go to the sheriff's department, Clay County, 10, 16 jailers. Marion County, 13, 3, that's 16, 15 jailers is what's on this sheet. And you go down here to the sheriff's department here, 17, 19, 18, 16, 14, 13. That's all the jails in class 2 counties. They're all running within 1 or 2 across the whole state of Arkansas. Everybody wants a copy of that. I keep it in my book. I don't know why I keep it in the books. It's been in there since I started.
The other thing I wanted to say is that the budget committee, it just because they make a suggestion, you can agree with them every time before. But the budget committee is not the whole court.
I agree, but if you don't stand behind your committees, I mean, that's my whole deal. If it goes to the committee, they make a decision. They stand behind it.
You're welcome to do that, but I'm going to think for myself.
All right, go ahead.
I was just gonna respond to Justice Mack. There has been a committee meeting where we have said, let's pass this on to the whole court, but that doesn't mean that it needs to go. There could have been individual people not for it, then it does deserve to go before the whole court. So just because it's sponsored by a committee does not mean the committee was supporting it 100%.
Well, at this time right now, I'm not going to veto it. I'm going to let it stand as it was read, and I'll think about it overnight. If anybody got anything else, we will. Go ahead.
Should I bring this up now?
Do it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
I gave all the JPs a kind of a breakdown of the county finance management system manual. And what I'm looking at is probably 4 different monthly reports. And I'm asking that the JPs take a look at it and at the next meeting, maybe decide if we want to keep them or not. I know it takes time to look at it, but the ones I picked out in here are ones that have different information, and then a quick look at them will give you a lot of information real quick. So the only one that I made a mistake of putting in there was the county court claims docket and warrant transfer. That's the rest of them, take a look at, see what's next, we'll talk about it next month.
You know, there's a lot of things I agree with and disagree with, and I really don't agree with certain employees getting more employees because they don't really need them. But the committee has voted tonight, and they made that decision. And I'm sticking with the committee tonight. I'm not vetoing anything tonight. And I hate that because, you know, I got a different thing too. Go ahead.
Just keep in mind, one of our employees is out right now, for who knows how long, because her husband is very ill. So on my last day, October 29th, that to do the final settlement of the month, which will be millions of dollars. I just want you to be aware of that. There will be two people in there.
We appreciate your service. We appreciate you being here. But if we hire somebody next month, they won't know what to do when they get here, unless they hire somebody with experience. But I'm good with that. You know, we got the okay to hire somebody. I hope they do good. Anybody else got anything? Out of here.
We weren't here. She came to the budget. She sat in the library. Okay. You wanted to.